What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. Only up for the good reels, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brett Man's right over here, and we're up to week 3 on our Scream review series. So we'll be doing Scream 3 here today, and we're really excited about it. Brett, man, are you pumped?
Man, we're going to Hollywood, baby. Where freaking the bright lights are on, and where the lights are on the brightest in this franchise will include more gore and guts. So I'm excited about this. And plus, it's the trilogy, man. We got to know about the trilogy.
Yeah, we'll get into the trilogy talk.
Oh, yeah. Gosh almighty, that trilogy, Chuck. And pretty much a lot of the other things. So go. If you could tell already about the tone of my voice, to me, this is the weakest out of all the Scream movies, but you'll see that on our official list for when Scream 5 comes out. So a video will happen on that. So maybe, you never know. But before we get into this review, I just want to remind you guys this is part of the Scream review series. So if you've not seen our other reviews for Scream and Scream 2, a link will be above my head, along with other great Scream content that we have done on this channel so far. And how can you keep up with our Scream, what we're doing with Scream right now? Be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And of course, ring that bell. Ding, ding, ding. So you all know when that next set of Scream videos is up and ready. So without further ado, Brad, what do you like about this movie?
I'll tell you what, there's not much, but I'll go ahead and get a couple defaults out of the way. I like the return of all the characters again. It's always nice when you can keep that continuity going. You don't have to write characters out or things like that. So it's nice they all come back here, all the main characters. I thought the meta humor is continued here just as well in the first. Well, not quite as well, but it's up there as the first couple movies. You get some decent moments of talking about scripts being rewritten and studio interference and all this other kind of stuff that kind of was going on with this movie behind the scenes. So I thought that was kind of cool. And there's a couple other things, but I figured I could let you say a couple things that maybe you liked about it.
Sure. Of course, like you already touched upon, our main three of Sidney Prescott, Dewey, Riley, and Gail Weathers. All of them were pretty much good again, except for one part of Gail. But I am saving that for the negative part of the section. I know most of everybody who knows Scream 3 knows what that damn negative is, because trust me, it's a damn negative. But the character-wise, they were really strong again. And I also like the inclusion of Patrick Dempsey in this movie as the detective. I really actually like his performance. I felt like he belonged in this movie, and just like how strong-headed he is and determined he is to track down this killer or killers, depending on if you've seen this movie or not. So, yeah, I liked his inclusion in there, and freaking, that's 100% cotton of the truth, my friend.
Oh gosh, 100% cotton, dude. P. Daddy Dempsey, man, he actually was really good in this thing, man. I tell you what, I do like. Speaking of your 100% cotton, I thought the opening of this movie was really good.
Yeah, another strong opening.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought actually I probably like this one more than I like the second one, just because Cotton's
Ooh.
somebody we all care about at this point, or at least know of. So I thought the way they killed him off early in the movie, I thought was good. Obviously, kind of, I mean, again, mixed feelings about it. I like Cotton, especially towards the end of the second one. But even though he was weird as fuck in the second one, I still liked him. But either way, they killed him off. He had a good sequence there. His kill was a little weak, but the moments leading up to it was good. You got a little Creed playing on the freaking record player or whatever it was in
What
there.
if
Yeah. We had that going on. I thought they had some tense moments in it. I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, and speaking of freaking, you mentioned Creed already, and I forgot even to include this in the Scream 2 when we talked about the positives, and it's still the same here. The freaking score and the music, man, I think the score and the music selection is really on point. It helped with suspenseful scenes, and yeah, I was just a fan of it.
Son of a fuck whistle, dude. I'll tell you what, I really wanted to talk about the score in Scream 2. So if you guys have seen that episode, just know that I really did enjoy that score in that movie too. Essentially, and I really love the stolen Broken Arrow theme that they use for Dewey and Gale. I actually do really like that music. So I don't care if they stole it or where it came from or how they got their hands on it. That is irrelevant. I'm glad they used it. It was awesome.
Yes, Scream had a handful of that freaking particular score, just like Dewey did with Gail's breast in the second one.
Oh,
Oh, but yeah, quickly refer
Uh,
back to Scream 2 because, again, the score throughout this entire franchise has been really damn solid.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, Sierra's the same. Creed was really in at the time, as was Nickelback. So, like, whatever. We had a little Creed action here. We had some Nickelback in the Spider-Man franchise going on. So, I mean, it happens. These things happen. But yeah, so they did with what was hot at the moment. Here's what I tell you. Here's what I like, Brett. Man, I like the change here they did to one killer in this movie as opposed to two. I like having the two killers. It was great in the first movie because it didn't. I mean, it was a total shock, right? But the second one, it felt forced. Here, they just kind of they take a few steps back. They put one good killer in there. I mean, good loosely, but they put a killer in there, and I think it works really well. And it makes for a better third act slash finale. I thought was very very
Mm.
strong here. I think.
Yeah, and I will even say, glad you brought it up. It's the third act. It's really damn strong, and a lot of people that I know actually preferred this third act over the original, with Roman and Sydney going at it one on one at the final end. And it was really strong too, just to see them find it out, to kind of carry over that trilogy. You gotta have that proper ending and the proper epicness to that ending, and I thought they really did a good job on that. I know Destiny is a real big fan of that third act too, and she's just a fan of this movie in general, and that's great. I'm a little bit towards the I don't feel as strongly as she does on it, but I still have a good time with it.
Right. Yeah, the ending is good. I really do like the face off at the end. I thought that was solid. You get the old bulletproof vest fake out there from Sydney, and obviously the
Mhm.
killer too. So I like that. It was cool. It was a good battle. It was a good Duke sesh, I thought. So I really did kind of like that. But that's pretty much where my positive ends, my friend. That's
Yeah,
where my
that's
positives
the
end.
same for me on the positives. And the mixed aspect I have on this particular movie is the voice changer.
Oh, it's a fucking
It was
stupid thing.
it was a cool, like, it was a cool idea just to be different and all that. But I feel like it just didn't really necessarily land. And just the more I watch this, just the less and less I'm liking the voice changer thing. So I just wasn't a big fan of that in particular.
Yeah, I mean, it provided a couple of cool moments, I thought, but it was totally unrealistic. I mean, you're not gonna that's not real. That's not a thing, especially just like, hey, yeah, these movies have done such a good job of being kind of grounded and realistic up to this point, and then you kind of throw us this thing here in the third movie. Come on, get out of town, man. You can't just steal somebody's voice like that's not, especially in person. In person at the beginning when they're at Cotton's place, and and Cotton's yelling out to his wife, and she's like, "Hey, just open the door. I'm your friend till the end." And it just, yeah, come
Howdy
on
ho.
now. That's yeah, heidi ho. That's not going to happen, man. That's just it's a stretch. It's a stretch.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a stretch, especially with the 2000s and that kind of level of technology. I'll just be honest with you. I don't think it would even exist yet, but you know what? They found a way to do it. And
I don't think it
again,
exists
it's
now. I don't. That doesn't exist now. You can't just steal somebody's voice. I mean, you could, to an extent, you could, recreate it, but you can't just straight up freaking. Yeah, still, yeah. I digress. I'm
Well,
sorry.
with these freaking iPhones at the rate they're going in, you might never know. But another mixed aspect I have on this movie, like you already mentioned, you're positive, the one killer aspect. Yeah, the one killer aspect is cool, but the problem with this movie is you can obviously tell there's two killers in this movie. They just did a lot of like rescript writing the script and like cutting out certain scenes where it only displays that's one killer. But come on now, it's two killers. It's Roman and Angela.
No, Angela runs too funny. I think there's no way. Like you saw her running around the house and stuff. Like she's like like Ghostface would have been doing that too.
She's acting.
And no, she runs like that, and she got freaking God
She's an
anyway.
actor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
know.
she
Like they rewrote that like at the last minute or something. Like that was just all part of their plan.
what's it actually? Stu gonna come back at in this
Yeah,
movie?
like
And
in the
they had
original
a
script of
yeah.
Scream 3, Steve was supposed to lead a cult and all that and play a whole big trick on Sydney, which I'm so glad they didn't do that. That was just so stupid. That would have been a major negative. But speaking of,
Yeah.
oh, that's a nice segue. What is your negatives about this movie if you didn't have any more mixes?
Well, I talked about the voice changer thing already. I thought that was bullshit. I thought this movie took a lot of steps towards comedic territory, where I mean, over
Hmm.
the line more so than the last couple movies. You get the whole stab, whatever three they're on at this point, stab four. I don't even know. I can't keep up with them. I didn't really like that aspect of the storyline. I thought it was a little bit goofy, and then you have the whole secondary cast of characters that are like portraying the other cast. That's the actual cast that we've been following. Like that just that gets out of hand at times. Too goofy. And just I mean, obviously, I already know what you're gonna say about Gale. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's on my list too, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you
just
say
go
it for us.
ahead. Lay it
No,
at
no,
it.
you got it. You
All
said
right. What the fuck is up with that hair?
it.
Good Lord. Like, I know everybody constantly hear it, but dadgummit, it's like you just can't ignore it. Like, what the hell is that? We go from the hottest Gail Weathers and Courtney Cox I've ever seen in my entire life from Scream 2 to a complete shit show. And I understand that it was David Arquette, her husband at the time, kind of suggested having that particular look. But, like, dang gum, back hall, man.
Yeah, well, that's probably why they ended up splitting up is because of shit like that. I mean, that's a horrible fucking idea,
Oh,
dude. What
come,
the hell?
dude. That's so wrong.
It's a bad idea,
What's
man.
wait
That idea
wait
was
what's
wrong,
worse?
man.
What's worse, that haircut or having Carrie Fisher being wasted in her little cameo?
Yeah, what the fuck was that, dude? That was the stupidest thing. That whole thing. Yeah, that was ridiculous to have her in there, and that, yeah, that was a wasted potential of having Carrie Fisher in there for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But another negative, and a lot of people throw this out there, kind of like talk about Screen Free. It felt a little bit Scooby Doo-ish, kind of a way, just because of kind of like it kind of just feels like it, just like with the groups like we see Gail and the actress playing Gail. I can't remember her name on the top of my head, but like them following each other. You got Patrick Dempsey's detective character and Dewey, like kind of like splitting up, around the house. It just you're just missing the dog pretty much. And another negative for me too, and I understand this one, but it's still a negative. I easily can use more Sidney Prescott in this movie. But the reason for that is she was filming other movies during this time. So she wasn't on set for this particular movie. So pretty much in a way, this is kind of like a Dewey and Gale movie.
It is, but it's worse. Like I thought Dewey and Gale had their best moments in Scream 2. This movie sucks ass when it comes to all that. All the side story stuff was, I mean, it's paced horribly. You get this investigation that Dewey and Gale are on, where this is when they meet Carrie Fisher and they go see Randy's unknown sister and all this stuff, and it's just like, it
Oh
takes
yeah,
so
don't
much
get me
of the
started on the
runtime.
Randy stuff.
Hey, yeah, it's silly as fuck, dude. He's in there. He's got this video that he pre-recorded in case he died.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
come on,
just
get
it
out of here.
doesn't feel the same. It does not have the same effect as the other two movies did.
No, and then let's not forget you were talking about the house, the Scooby Doo when they're all running in and out of the house. A, that's bad for your air conditioning system, but B, it was silly, man. The lights were out there running, and then explosions. We're gonna get explosions now in Scream like that. All that stuff was just goofy, man. I just
Hmm.
Scooby, you could call it. I agree. And they're all just kind of looking around, and it's just I hated that. All that stuff in the middle of the movie was just trash.
Yeah, it was not good. Not good at all. So that's pretty much like my main negatives. I could pretty much keep going if we had just more time to go into it. We might go into it like in a bigger, longer review down the road. But yeah, for now, that's just it for my negatives.
Let me just elaborate. Let me talk on two more things. I thought
Go ahead.
the weird ass that we get these ghosts of Sydney's mom keep popping up in his. I thought that was goofy as yeah, I just weird as
Okay,
fuck.
I'm sorry. I'm glad you brought that up because I actually meant to put that in my positives because those things freak me the hell out.
Yeah, they didn't. For me, they just weren't. They didn't do anything for me. I thought they were just weird as fuck and totally unneeded, and just drags out that runtime more so than we already had. And then let's talk about that time when Dewey got his head knocked off with a fucking knife when it was spinning up and it gets freaking he hits it and he falls down the stairs. Like what was that about, man? That was just silly.
He just got
Um,
lucky.
yeah, he got lucky, but damn, just freaking at that point, go ahead and take me out of the franchise, man. Just fucking just go ahead and let it turn the other way, and let's just go ahead and quit coming back for these. Um, and also, I didn't really like I like the one killer aspect, but I didn't really like the explanation of Roman being like the mastermind behind it all,
Oh yeah,
obviously.
behind
And
like billions too.
yes, yes,
Yeah, see, I don't like that either, just because it takes away for what Billy and Stu did in the original. It's like you're hurting and dishonoring the original.
right. And for me, it doesn't even because it's so like forced and illegitimate that it doesn't impact the first for me because I don't even consider it canon. It's just so off the wall and crazy. Like every time I watch the first movie, I don't think at all about freaking your boy Roman here. Like, it doesn't even cross my mind when I'm watching the first movie because it's so just fucking random. And the whole half brother thing, I didn't like that. I do like the battle between them, but I just didn't like his explanation. But that's it for me, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, call it. We'll continue somewhere down the road with that. So, Brad, what would you rate this?
We give it a 2.5.
Oh, damn. Well, I'm still going to give it a 3 out of 5 for me because at least it's a Scream movie and I can still have fun with it. But yeah, just the problems are still there, still a little noticeable. So with your 3 and the 2.5, that's just going to be an average Joe's gymnasium.
Right, you are, Ted.
Average Joe's gymnasium.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's it for Scream 3. So we are one more Scream review away with Scream 4 before the next big Scream movie we talk about is Scream 5. So let's go ahead and just shut off those big Hollywood lights and just move on to the next week. So guys, what did you all think about Scream 3? Do you really have a good time with this movie and you have it high up there in your Scream franchise list? Or did you not really like this movie and you think this is the lowest of the Scream franchise? Let us know in that comment section down below and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by finding us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Letterboxd. Those links are going to be for you to find down below.
Absolutely. And again, pay attention to Spotify and Apple Podcasts as we're going to try to upload more content than we've ever done before. So be sure to hit those notification bells on those podcast devices. And also be sure to hit that notification bell on this channel as you like this video, share and subscribe. And once again, ring that bell, ding, 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 so y'all know when the next set of videos are up and ready.
Yeah, buddy.
So we'll see you next time, and be careful who tells you whether your haircut looks good or not.
Yes, and don't just, somebody's talking to you on the phone, it could be somebody else, so just be careful with that too.
Yeah, so do not trust your local pizza delivery boy.
Nice tip. Thanks a lot.